Hi, this is Brian Forsythe from Kicks.
All right, so how's it going, Brian from Kicks? You got a new album live in Baltimore,
Yeah, yeah, in the DVD. Yeah, things are going great.
and with this promotion's going very strong, I take it, in 2012.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing interviews all day long today, and we're playing shows all the way through the end of the year. So, yeah, we're trying to get the word out.
Now, also, I should mention, you guys got a new rebirth with Hair Nation on Sirius Radio with, the classic songs.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, a lot's changed since then. I mean, the entire industry has changed. Um, all the big labels, they only have, the Madonnas and what, or whatever, the big people. Um, but a lot has changed as far as the technical side too, and people can do a lot of stuff on their own that they couldn't do before, like recording. Losing my train of thought here, but yeah, a lot has changed. I mean, the like our crowd, like when we came back, reformed. Our crowd's a lot older now, but the other thing is a lot of them, their kids have grown up and are now like late teens, early 20s, and they're into this kind of music too.
And like that too, the kids now are finding Kicks, on Facebook and stuff like that, which is a great thing for you guys.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the internet, it's connected the world. You stick a picture up there, and it goes around the world.
Now, this album, you guys using the same classic gear, would you say, or you guys changed gear throughout the years? Certainly, as a guitarist, Brian, what are you using nowadays?
Oh, it's the same old stuff. The Marshalls and well, I've actually changed. Now I play Fender guitars. I used to play Gibsons more, but it's all the same. And I mean, both Ronnie and I, we're old school, so we stick to the standard, Marshall and the 412 cabinets and all that.
Do you think songwriting's changed a lot, for new bands nowadays, compared to a song like "Don't Close Your Eyes" and "Blow My Fuse"? How do you look at it like now when you see a new band coming out and the way they write their songs?
Well, it is a different sound. I mean, things always evolve and change, and uh, a lot of it I don't really care for a lot. I mean, there are still the good bands, but as far as Kicks goes, I mean, we we don't want to follow what's going on now. I mean, we're not going to come out and try to sound modern. We're going to sound, like we always have, and not necessarily. I mean, somebody asked me this before if we're going to have that '80s sound, but actually, to me, I don't think Kicks really had an '80s sound. We just had our own sound.
And that's true when you listen to "Don't Close Your Eyes." It's got the '70s mixed with '80s and mixed with new eras. At the time it was the sound quality also is still there today.
Yeah, yeah, that record holds up.
What do you think of that? When you listen to a classic album like that now, compared to now everything's mastered so high and stuff like that. Do you think it's changed a lot in this industry for sound quality?
Um, well, yeah, it's the style of recording. Yeah, a lot of it's like just full on, full blast, like the dynamics that they go from like full on to just nothing, and it's kind of weird, no in betweens. Um, yeah, I don't know. I kind of prefer the older sound myself.
How's your Kicks collection doing? You got all the vinyls and stuff like that?
I think I have pretty much everything that we put out. I got at least one copy, on vinyl, and on all the CDs and the Japanese versions and all that.
And the quality of it, when you listen to the vinyl, would you say it sounds better than the CD? At least, the way it was done in the era, because it's changed a lot, when you listen to the CD version of compared to the original vinyl one in '88.
Yeah, Yeah, some songs sound better on vinyl, and other ones it doesn't. You know, the digital thing doesn't affect it as much. But I actually haven't broken out those old vinyl records in a while now. I still have my turntable, but it's not hooked up at the moment.
Because when you listen to a Blow My Fuse album on vinyl, it's got that distinct sound to it. You know, even if it's got a few scratches on it, it still sounds great.
Yeah, yeah, I like the vinyl. Just is a little warmer sounding.
Now for touring and stuff, you guys are touring, you know, throughout this year and stuff like that. You guys doing any 2013 shows as well?
Well, so far we're booked on the next Monsters of Rock cruise in March, and that's both Kicks and Rhino Bucket. So I'll be doing double duty. And there's a few other dates. There's a couple more in March. I don't know if there's any beyond that right now, but you know, we have a really good booking agent, and he's, you know, the offers just keep coming in. So I don't think we'll have any problems with shows in 2013.
Now, Brian, you think the MTV era is going to ever come back in some way or another? Because now we got YouTube and seeing promo videos, etc., of bands, stuff like that. You think it's going to come back?
Wow, that's a good question. I've never even thought about that. It would be cool to have something like that again, you know? I know, you turn on MTV now, you don't even see any music videos. It's
That's
crazy.
true.
But yeah, it would be if someone had something like that now. I think it would be a hit.
Because you would think that, you know, the kids today, if they'd get into that, because they probably don't know what an MTV era is, you know, when you actually see good bands playing songs, you know, live or promo videos, but something like that would generate big interest, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think so too.
So what are the people waiting for, Brian?
That's a good question. I'm sure if we've thought about it, other people it's crossed other people's minds too.
So for guitars and stuff, you have any classic guitars that you keep and collect, or how's that going with you and your collection?
Well, I've collected a few. I've lost a few, but I still have a lot of the same guitars I had back in the old days. I still have my old Melody Maker that I used to play, except that now, I mean, that guitar is so old and fragile, I wouldn't want to travel with it. So it stays at home. I still record with it, but now I play primarily a Telecaster live. It's an old 71. And what else do I have? Yeah, I still have like my old Les Pauls and my 335 that I used on the Same Jane video. I mean, all those guitars. I only the two guitars that I did lose over the course of time were there's this little documentary clip of us doing this little interview in Rock and Roll Overdose in the studio that's been floating around on Facebook recently, and Ronnie is playing my 58 Les Paul Special, and I'm playing my 63 Strat, and both those guitars I no longer own, but I recently acquired another 58 Les Paul Special, so I replaced that one. But yeah, I love old guitars, old Gibsons, old Fenders. I don't have like an expensive collection or anything. I have maybe 25 guitars or something.
Mm-hmm. And amplifiers, you got any rare ones, and you know, the 80s and 70s Marshalls?
Well, I still have my original. The first really good amp I bought was a '66 Fender Bassman Blackface, and I still have that. In fact, you know, I've used that on every record at some point. It's my go-to amp for like guitar solos when I'm recording. I still have that. I still have a 7400 watt Marshall head that it's so loud I can't even like be in the same room with it. But I still have my Mesa Boogie amps. My main Mesa Boogie I used all through the 80s, the Mark IIc. I still have that. I have Mark IIb also. And I have a few other like Fender Vibrolux Reverb and couple other Fender Bassmans, but that 166 Bassman is the magic Bassman. That's the one I use. And then, an assortment of other things. I also have, as far as new stuff, I have a satellite amp. There's a guy in San Diego that makes these amps called satellite amps that are really great. I love the way they sound.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only new amp that I own.
Incredible collection. You're very well detailed in the details of these amps as well. I'm sure you know the ins and outs of them.
Yeah. I mean, I only get an amp if I don't. Actually, with the amps, it's not so much the collecting of it. It's just once I get one that I like, I just hang on to it.
And then the collection grows and grows.
Yeah. Actually, and a friend of mine just recently, he wanted to show me this amp that he had, and somehow he told me about it, and then when I went over to look at it, he decided he wanted me to have it. He just gave it to me. It's an old what is it, a Vox Buckingham, which is kind of like the solid state version of the AC30. It's the head and the cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it. He just said, I want you to have this because he doesn't use it anymore. And he just gave it to me. Well, actually, it was in exchange for a couple Kicks tickets to a concert. So.
Wow. You won on that one.
Yeah.
One final thing here. Filming the DVD of this, like compared to filming promo videos in the past, how's that evolve?
You mean as far as the filming of it?
Yeah, like the production and all that good stuff.
Well, we had these guys. Actually, Mark Schenker, our bass player, he kind of got this whole thing rolling. The guys that came down, they were from up north. I forget where the guy's actually from, but somewhere up north. Came down and filmed this concert, and then him and Mark got together, and Mark's got a really nice studio in his house, so they worked on the sound and did the editing together, and with all this digital stuff, you can do that stuff anywhere. You don't have to go to like some pro studio, and I think it turned out really nice.
Excellent stuff. Well, Brian, you have a great day for promoting live in Baltimore, and I'm sure you're going to be doing more promos these weeks to come, I'm sure, correct?
Yeah, we have like an all day today, and I have a couple more tomorrow, and then I think next week we have a whole nother day's worth. So yeah, there's a lot of them.
Well, that's good. It means the album's going to go somewhere. And you have a great one, and the best of luck with this album for Kicks.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, thank you.